Go. As he drew near to Jericho, a blind man was sitting by the roadside begging. Luke chapter 18, verse 35. Thursday of the fourth week of Lent. A week ago today, we were resting in the lavish mercy of the parable of the prodigal son, wrapped in silence as we heard the weeping of sinners in the fringe of society. On the heels of the parable of the Good Samaritan, the parable of the prodigal son set a trajectory for this journey to Jerusalem, where we all felt bathed in love and mercy. But how things have changed in the last week. 7 days ago, we were marveling in the mercy of God, and our hearts were resting in hope. Now, a week later, Jesus' overt confrontation with the Pharisees and prediction of his own suffering and death has affected everyone on the journey. Luke 18 says that Jesus' next stop is Jericho. As he drew near to Jericho, a blind man was sitting by the roadside begging, and hearing a multitude going by, he inquired what this meant. They told him, "Jesus of Nazareth is passing by." And he cried, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And those who were in front rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he cried out all the more, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Luke chapter 18, verses 35 to 39. This blind man is described as a beggar. The circumstances of life have forced him to confront his absolute and utter dependence on others. The same is true of his engagement with Jesus. The punctuation in the text is telling. The exclamation points indicate that this man holds nothing back as he begs the Lord for help. Where does he go with this desire? He goes to Jesus. The story continues, and Jesus stopped and commanded him to be brought to him. And when he came near, he asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" He said, "Lord, let me receive my sight." And Jesus said to him, "Receive your sight. Your faith has made you well." And immediately he received his sight and followed him, glorifying God. And all the people, when they saw it, gave praise to God. Luke chapter 18, verses 40 to 43. I wonder what is in the hearts of the apostles as they watch Jesus perform yet another miracle. On the one hand, they must be grateful for the lavish mercy that has changed yet another life. On the other hand, it would be natural for them to ask themselves, if Jesus is powerful enough to heal the blind man, why can't he avoid the impending suffering awaiting him in Jerusalem? This question is natural for anyone to ask. It is not a matter of whether we have questions for and about God, but instead, where we go with the questions. We can keep our eyes on the Lord and take our questions and our needs to Him, as the blind beggar did. Or we can isolate ourselves, ruminate, and fall prey to temptation. I wonder how and when Judas began to struggle. I often ask myself, where did he go with his doubts, his unrest, his questions? Who knows what would have happened if Judas had gone straight to Jesus? We all know what happened because he did not. For your prayer, stay here for an additional 10 minutes. Today, pray with Luke chapter 18, verses 35 to 43. Be present in the scene. Be there with Jesus. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you see what the people in the gospel saw and hear what they heard. Imagine the scene unfolding as it does in the Bible, but imagine that you are there too. Pay attention to what stirs within you.